Hi there, this is Nikitanet, and on the bench today are a couple of Parkside Circular Saw Blades. And I found these at Lidl at a special discount. Well, discounted discount one could say, because these were only, with this special offer, €2 a piece. Now they had another version, but I wanted to go home and check if they will or would or should fit this nice little Hitatchi C7 MFA, and they do. So I missed out on another type, but got two of these. Well, 119 millimeters with a 30 millimeter hole, wood cutting, well, circular saw blades. So let's open up a package and see what's inside, because of course that's very interesting. And they had another size as well, I think the 210 millimeter version. Let's see, is it? Yeah, there we go. Let's close this up. So with these things, it's always important that you keep to the specifications of your machine, and in this case it's, well, 5500 RPM. Let me check that quite quickly. Yes, and the blade that is installed on this has a maximum RPM of, well, let's see, max safe speed. Let's turn it to here. 7,300 RPM, and these are specified in this size, in this batch at least, for, well, max 7,000 RPM, and they are a little bit thicker because this blade is a 1.6 millimeter and these are 2.4 if I'm correct. Yes, approximately. So you get literature, which is of course very important. Read that, because this is a very dangerous device. And you have the circular saw blade with two inserts for different size holes, and as I feel this, there is very nicely a piece of plastic around this entire circumference, so you don't cut yourself when installing it. And I am going to install this blade because this is a different, well, style, type, well, that's not true, but a different width than the one that's in here, and I want to basically use these up first before using the very expensive Hitatchi blade. I'll keep that basically as a spare, or for some specialty projects. I don't know what yet, but we are going to install this one and see how it fits and compares, and put the Hitatchi in here as a wonderful spare. So it's very simple with this device, hopefully at least. Let's see. There is supposed to be a locking mechanism somewhere, and it's here. That locks the spindle so you can undo the nut. Normally you have a special, oh, that's too big, a special wrench for this, which didn't come with mine because basically this was a demonstration model when I purchased it. So let's go 2 sizes down, and that's too small. That's funny. So let's get hopefully the proper size, which is this indeed. So let's see. And yes, there it goes. Wonderful. Alright, so let's see. Can we just lift it out? Aha! I haven't done this in quite a long time, and it isn't an insert, it's integrated into the spindle. So let's ensure we will, well, ensure that it is properly installed. We've got an arrow this way and an arrow that way, so that's the proper orientation. And let's get our new blade and compare sizes very quickly. Right, Parkside 190 by 2.4 millimeters by 30 millimeters, max 1000 RPM, which is correct. And let's lay them on top of each other, and they are, well, about the same size, so they are both correct. Wonderful. shall I remove this or remove that on the device? I'm going to lift dangerously. Just remove it right now. Don't do that if you're not comfortable with it, but here we go. From the bottom into the device as safely as we can. There it is. Right. That's a locking washer in some regard. And there is a little bit of a difference in the manual though of this circular saw. There is not a specified maximum thickness, and this will keep properly on there even though it is a little bit thicker. So here we go. The manual does, however, specify, and the rotation is correct, that you should hand tighten it first, ensure it's not wobbly, and it is not, although that's the wrong way, of course. So let's do it like that. Push the locking button, ensure it is locked, it is, and tighten it further. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Then a brisk. We could have locked it better. So that's locked on there properly, and I think it might be even a little bit too tight. That's okay though. And let's take a quick look at those two very small, well, washers for smaller shaft sized circular saws, right? They go in there and just lock in, especially with some pressure, and they are, well, ripped, one could say, but they have a little bit of a cartel, as we Dutch would say. So while comparing this package, it looks nice, it feels nice, it sounds proper, and comparing that price to one I can buy at a DIY store, a proper DIY store, it's incredibly cheap. At least a savings of 90% if they function the same. Let's take a quick gander right at this. Tool life is 250 meters, going by the packaging, and that is very nice. So you will run through these blades, and 20, 30, 40 euros for a better one is quite a steep price compared to the normal price of about 4 euros, but this special offer of only 2 euros. So I'm very happy. And this is Nikita saying thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video interesting, and bye bye.